Hi folks, my name is Jill Pikett-Roy. I'm the Special Collections Librarian at University of Southern Maine Libraries. And in this video, I'm going to guide you through a very simple exercise for engaging with primary sources, which I like to call the OCIQ method. OCIQ stands for Observe, Contextualize, Infer, Question. We're going to use one of my favorite items from Special Collections. What makes this a primary source? In the simplest terms, it documents an individual perspective of a moment in time. I can use this item to learn about history and form some research questions. Here we go. First thing I'm going to do is make some observations. Observations are facts. Here are some facts about this item. It's blue. More of a cyan color, actually. It's a photograph. There are 4 people in it. At least one of them is wearing a dress, and they all look like they're wearing old-fashioned clothing. They appear to be young women, all of them wearing their hair up. They are smiling. One of them is sitting in a rocking chair. There is a desk made of dark wood to the left side of the image, and on the desk there are piles of books, and on the shelves and the wall above the desk there are many photographs, also in an old-fashioned style. There is a floral patterned rug on the floor, and there appear to be 2 large windows with dark wood trim. Okay, let's add some context. We're going to start with the context I know, things that are just in my head that relate to the factual observations that I just made. I know that the style of many of the objects in the photo, the rug, the window, the desk, the clothes, photos, they are all probably late 1800s or turn of the 20th century, around 1900, let's say. I know that blue photographs are called cyanotypes. So, what else can we find out about this item? Since I took this photograph from the Digital Commons database at University of Southern Maine, I can use the item record in Digital Commons to find out more about what we know already about this photograph. The metadata in this item record tells me that the photograph is called Harriet Sweetser Photograph 05, and it is attributed to a person named Harriet Sweetser. It was created in 1900. I see there are keywords which reference Gorham Normal School and University of Southern Maine. Up at the top of the record, I see a breadcrumb trail. That tells me that the photograph is one of several photographs in the Sweetser Letters in the general manuscript collections, here in Special Collections. I'll tell you a few other things I know about Harriet Sweetser. She was a student at Gorham Normal School, which later became University of Southern Maine. We have a collection of her letters which she wrote back home to her family in the town of Cumberland while she was studying to be a teacher and living in the new dormitory building on campus in Gorham, which was known at the time as Roby Hall. Harriet had brought a camera with her to school and took several photographs, which we also have in her collection. Okay, now that we have all of that context, we can transform our observations, which are facts, into inferences, which are guesses, which may or may not be true. I infer that this is a cyanotype because it's blue, and I know that photographs that are blue are cyanotypes. I infer that the 4 women are students of teaching, like Harriet, because Gorham Normal School mainly trained teachers in 1900. I infer that the students are having fun because they're smiling and they're not using the books that are piled up on the desk. I infer that this is a dorm room in Roby Hall because I know that's where Harriet lived and because the photographs make it feel homey and like a kind of personal space. Okay, now that I've made observations, gathered context, and made some inferences, I'm ready to ask questions. Are you ready? Who are the people in the photograph? Are they Harriet's roommates or friends? Is Harriet in the photo or is she behind the camera? How common was it for a college student to own a camera? Did she develop her own photographs? Did she take many more of them? Do we have them? Can I see them in special collections? Did Harriet become a teacher? What kind of teacher did she become? Did she use her photography skills in her chosen profession? What are the books on the desk? What topics did Harriet and her classmates study at school? What was it like to live in Roby Hall in 1900? Is the building still standing? Yes, by the way, it is standing, and we call it Roby Andrews Hall now. I wonder what that room is used for today. Once you have your list of questions, you can choose a couple to research in depth by finding more primary sources and secondary sources and following this OCIQ process again and again until you are satisfied. I recommend making a little grid like the one I have made here with one quadrant for each activity. Observe, contextualize, infer, question. This will help you tell the difference between observations and inferences, and that's crucial for figuring out what context you'll need if you really want to ask good research questions. You can find more photographs and letters by Harriet Sweetser and other items about student life at Gorham Normal School online at digitalcommons.usm.maine.edu/special_collections. Email us if you have questions at usm.specialcollections@maine.edu, or come and visit us on the 6th floor of Glickman Family Library on the Portland campus. We would love to help you. The OCIQ method is based on a Brooklyn Public Library blog post by Jennifer Hoyer about observations and inferences. Derek, Christian, Quezada, Meneses added context to the method and taught me about it at TPS Fest 2022. Please see the full citations for both sources in the video for more information. Thank you, Jen and Derek.